How's it going, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 10 players I'm most excited to watch this upcoming training camp that's going to be starting on the 28th, exactly 6 days from the day I'm making this video. Before we get into things, be sure to subscribe as I'm trying to grow this channel. Be sure to like and comment down below because those two things help spread this video out so much, which helps me grow this channel a lot. I appreciate all of you so much. Now let's just break it down. Player number one, this is so obvious. I think everybody feels kind of the same way. Mac Jones is going to be the number one, and I'm sure you guys are looking forward to daily uploads about him and how he's doing in the training camp, just like I did for the mini camp. You guys absolutely ate those videos up, and I can't wait to bring more of that for you guys this upcoming training camp, then the preseason, and then the season. I'm so excited for all that stuff so much, guys. There's not a lot to say about Mac Jones. We're so excited to see how he does, see some clips, and see if we can see more, because I know so many people are anticipating just getting to see him play. Number two, Cam Newton. So just for the same reasons of Mac Jones, we want to see how Cam Newton's going to go, and specifically between 1 and 2, we want to see how that battle goes between the two quarterbacks, how they're both going to be playing. I hope to see some really, really good play from Cam Newton here in the training camp to give us a lot more promise heading into the season. Number three, Christian Barmore, and this is one that people are so excited about. This was our second-round pick. Most people thought he should have been a first-round pick, and some people think he's even a better pick than Mac Jones, so he might be the best pick in the entire draft. Really, really good talent and really, really good value there with the second-round pick. Really good to see the Patriots picking a value player. A lot to look forward to. Huge upside with this player, and I can't wait to see some clips from him during the training camp, especially when they get a little bit more physical. We're going to see a lot more from these defensive players, especially the wide receivers too, and the tight ends, and then also the cornerbacks and safeties on the other side, as they will be going one-on-one. They will be doing 7 versus 7s, things like that, but even on the line as well, offensive line, defensive line. There is so much more we're going to get to see during the training camp, and I can't wait to make videos for you guys about all of those things. Number four, Ronnie Perkins. He was a defensive end in college at Oklahoma. We do expect him to be more of a linebacker, transition to more of a linebacker here in the NFL. So at number four, we have Ronnie Perkins, another rookie with good value, and I really think that he's something we should be looking forward to because, again, a lot of upside, a lot of value there, just similar to the Christian Barmore pick, just not quite as much value. Number five, getting into some free agents here, Hunter Henry, tight end. There's obviously a lot to look forward to with this. One of the more younger, talented tight ends in the league. A lot of upside, and he could play a lot better with the Patriots. So we obviously have a history with tight ends. We could expect to see maybe some better or similar play from Hunter Henry than pretty much compared to what he's had during his career there with the Chargers. Number six, in a similar fashion, it's almost tied with number five. I hate comparing these guys because I don't even know which one's going to be better. Which is a good thing. Jonnu Smith, number six, another free agent tight end. Very similar age and very similar talent as Hunter Henry. Different types of talent, but it's kind of hard to say which one will be the better tight end of the two. And it's safe to expect there's going to be a lot of two tight end formations this season, meaning they both will get to play on the field at once. That's not a typical formation. Typical offensive formations have one tight end. Not really two. That's a special formation, and I do expect a lot of that this upcoming season from the Patriots. Number seven, another quarterback here, Jarrett Stidham. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to seeing how he plays. I mean, how great would it be if we have three very talented quarterbacks on the roster? Jarrett Stidham was kind of considered, and especially by me as well, to have some upside in his career and potentially be a starter in the NFL, if not a really good backup. So there's a lot of talent there, and I'm excited to see how he stands out here this upcoming training camp. Now, this next one here, we have Dante Hightower at number 8, an opt-out last season, so that's why he's making the list here. I can't wait to see where he's at. Maybe he was training during the time off. I don't know what he was doing. I'm sure he's spending a lot of time with his family and things like that, but I hope to see him come back in a similar, if not better, condition than he was. He is in the upper years of his NFL career for sure, but it would be good to see him come back in really, really good shape with all of the time off. He should be very healthy for sure, which is really good news for him. Number 9, one that was a very exciting player last year. He's kind of heading into his sophomore season, if you will. Kyle Duggar, our second-round pick last season, had a really good season for a rookie safety last season. Played like an old-school safety. I can't wait to see more from Kyle Duggar. He was an older rookie. I think he came in at 24. He might even be 25 now. So obviously the clock is ticking. If he's going to be a good NFL player, you're kind of racing against the clock when you're that old coming out of college. So I hope to see a really big step up from him, and I do expect similar, if not better, play from him, possibly taking in more of a starting role from Patrick Chung, who just retired last season, although he was opted out last season anyway. But I do expect him to take more of that permanent strong safety role, if you will. That's what I mean by that. And then finally, number 10 here, J.J. Taylor. I've talked very highly about this running back here. We saw some of him last season. I think we can see a lot more, and hopefully he has a healthy season. He's a speed running back. Reminds me a lot of Dion Lewis, which is really good news for Patriots fans, obviously. So that is my top 10 list. You might be wondering, there's a few guys here that are not on the list that you're probably wondering, why aren't they here? We have 3 Patriots that were placed. This was just announced yesterday. They were placed on the non-football injury list, and I suspect that this is somewhat of kind of a red shirt for them, just kind of keeping them off the roster a little bit, freeing up some roster space, but keeping them on the team, because I find it hard to believe that 3 rookies got sick or something. 3 rookies. I mean, come on. What are the odds? Only 3 rookies. Joshua Bledsoe, safety, Cameron McGrone, linebacker, and running back Ramondre Stevenson. And I can tell you, if those guys weren't on the non-football injury list, I would say Cameron McGrone and Ramondre Stevenson would have made my top 10 list. So that there has actually dramatically impacted my top 10 training camp list, because none of those guys are going to be at the training camp, I don't think. So that is where expectations are right now. So obviously you can't be on my top 10 list for training camp players to watch if you're not going to be there. It's not their fault, but they're not going to be there. So yeah, anyway guys, sorry I haven't been uploading that many videos, but I promise as soon as training camp starts, you can expect daily uploads. It's not been really a time thing for me. It's actually been just lack of content to make thing for me. You know, there's been a slow period in between minicamp and training camp. I'm sure that's very normal. Obviously, not a lot is going on outside of the Stephon Gilmore situation. If that wasn't a thing, then it certainly would be a lot slower than it is right now. I can promise you that. We obviously have training camp, and then immediately after preseason, and then immediately after that, the regular season. So after this quiet period is over, it should be just all sorts of content coming out until the very end of the season, which means about half a year of really, really consistent content from me for you guys, which I'm so excited about this upcoming year. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you consider subscribing if you haven't already. Also, be sure to destroy the like button to help that YouTube algorithm out. Also, commenting down below helps dramatically as well, as I'm trying to grow this channel. We have been growing tremendously, and it's mostly thanks to you guys. Partially thanks to me, but mostly thanks to you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully, I will be seeing you guys soon. If not, when training camp starts, we're going to have a ton of stuff to talk about. See you guys then.